What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for the highly anticipated musical adaptation, Wicked. This is Wicked Part 1. Part 2 will be coming out next November, and this stars Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda, and they are famously known in The Wizard of Oz as the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good Witch. So this story, keep in mind, is not a prequel to the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. Once you can allow yourself to accept that, I think that this movie is going to really work for you. Look, this has been getting a lot of buzz and acclaim since it started getting screenings. And yeah, I didn't know how to feel about it going in because I just didn't think the trailers did it for me. I didn't know really what the story was going to be until you see the film and you just kind of get swept away in it. Look, I think Wicked is one of the better movies of 2024. This is a great film with a really powerful story. You might be wondering, since the play is just one play and it's not split in two, you have this movie which cuts it off at a very pivotal point, and I think the strongest point to finish it. The ending of the film is the most powerful part of it. Elphaba, a character who is green since birth. She knows how it is to have people look at her differently. And you have Glinda, who likes popularity, how the two of them sort of become friends, and what happens with that friendship ultimately, and how their lives sort of cross paths for a very limited time that they go to school together. Both characters are forced to make a choice at the end of the film that will set their lives on different paths, and I think that that was a perfect way to end it. And the film is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's like 2 hours and a half without the end credits. It's a very long movie, and guess what? You do feel it sitting there. You're like, okay, wow, this is a pretty damn long movie, but it was entertaining the whole time. I'm not going to say I was ever bored. I'm going to say I was always entertained. I liked the story. I was very engaged. I was very immersed into this school that they go to. I think Michelle Yeoh is one of the standouts of the film. I think that Peter Dinklage, as the voice of one of the professors, I think did a terrific job with his role. And Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, I just think was a great choice, and he slipped right into it. It's nice to see Jeff Goldblum sing on screen because you see so many videos where he's playing the piano and singing. He's doing it in this movie, and it's great to see. But the two lead performances, you have Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, who are both excellent in this movie. They are playing these characters so well. You know, if Oscar nominations come for either of them, I wouldn't be surprised. And the songs in the film were written by the great lyricist songwriter Stephen Schwartz, who wrote the lyrics to the soundtrack of one of my favorite, actually my favorite animated film of all time, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He also wrote the lyrics to the songs in Enchanted, Pocahontas. He won an Oscar with Alan Menken for Colors of the Wind. He won an Oscar for his song from The Prince of Egypt. So you kind of already know that you're in good hands with the music. Now, this is a part one, so you don't get conclusions to every storyline in this film. You have a lot left unanswered. There's a love triangle romance in the film. Jonathan Bailey plays the love interest in the movie, and that is all set up, I felt. There was no conclusion with any of the romance stuff. It's all set up, it's all built up, so I think we're going to get a big conclusion with all that stuff in the next movie. I've not seen the stage play, but I think I want to watch it on YouTube. I think it's almost as long as this film was, so I know that they probably had to adapt a lot from the book that the musical was based on. But look, the story of the film is very heartfelt and very engaging. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm on board, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next. I wasn't really invested into the romance stuff in the movie. You know, I think that's the stuff in the film that I was just kind of like, okay, it's there because there's going to be payoff to it in the next one. Didn't really do anything for me in this one. It is a little long, but the visual effects are great. The production design is fantastic. This is a very well-made film, and you can tell that there was so much care that went into making it. This is John M. Chu's best film. He's directed In the Heights, which I thought was average at best, and a couple other things as well, but this is definitely his best movie. And Wicked, I think, is a very good film, and I loved it. I went in not knowing how I was going to feel about it, but it really won me over, and I think this movie is going to win a lot of people over. It's going to cast a spell, even though it's very happy go lucky for most of it. This is like a cotton candy type flick, but by the end of it, there is a decent amount of depth, which ultimately did win me over. So this movie is a very strong 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was great. I can't wait to see it again. I'm definitely going to be picking up on 4K Blu-ray. And guys, comment down below. Do you plan on seeing Wicked? Do you plan on seeing Gladiator 2? That's my next big review coming tomorrow night. I'm going to be seeing that tomorrow. I'm very excited about that as well. And guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for that Gladiator 2 review and a bunch of other reviews coming in the future. You can also follow me on Twitter and or X at Ranking72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Wicked. And until next time, over and out.